We are going to create our Scratch program that goes through the song 10 green bottles standing on a wall. So we'll set the number of bottles to 10 at the start. Now we will have a backdrop. So we've got 11 backdrops that has 10 bottles, then 9 bottles, then 8 bottles, all the way to 0 bottles. Then we will repeat the code 10 times. We will join the number of bottles we have to the words green bottles standing on a wall. So if there were 10 bottles to start with, so it would say 10 green bottles standing on a wall. It will repeat the same line of code, 10 green bottles standing on a wall. Then we would say, well, if one green bottle should accidentally fall, well, there'll be one less. So if there were 10 bottles before, we would change the variable bottles by -1. We would then go to the next backdrop. So the next backdrop would now have 9 bottles. And then we would join. So we will have a join that said now there will be 9 green bottles left standing on the wall. And the code is going to repeat 10 times. So this is what it will look like eventually once we have written it. Okay. Now let's start to first create our backdrop in our Scratch program. So we need to go to backdrop. Here it says import or choose backdrop from library. We don't want the library, we want it from file. So I'm going to click on this. When I click on this, it will go to the file where I've actually saved my backdrops. So I'm going to start with 1, not 0, we'll start with the 1. Okay. And then add another 1. And we just keep going until we've got all 11 into our backdrop. So that's number 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now I'm going to put the 0 and number 11. So the 0, the one with no bottles, is going to be the last one. Now what is going to happen is if I scroll up, there is a backdrop starting at 1, the blank one. I'm going to make sure that's deleted. So I'm going to click on it. There is a cross here, which I can click on, and that deletes it. So now I need to just double check. When it says 1, I've got 1 bottle, 2, 2 bottles, 3, 3 bottles, 4, 4 bottles, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So those are my backdrops, which are going to change every time we knock a bottle over. I'm going to now go back to Sprite. I'll just move him across a little bit so that where the bottles are on the ground is not actually in front of them. So we're now going to go to script. So click on the sprite, click on script. Okay. Now we're going to first of all create more blocks. Hopefully you know how to do this by now. So 10 green bottles. Okay. Set the number of bottles to 10. So we need a variable from data that says green bottles. Initially, I'm starting with 10 bottles. So click and drag, and we set that to 10. Right, your turn. Have a go at finishing that off. Now go to looks. We need to make our backdrop the first one. So if I go to looks, I need to click on switch backdrop. If I just make that a little bit bigger, so switch backdrop, and I need to switch that to the number of bottles we have, which is 10. So it's going to look for the backdrop for number 10. So data, drag this all the way where 0 is. Right, your turn. Have a go at doing that. We want the control. We want the repeat 10. And once we have that, we're going to then put all our lines of songs inside the repeat, the for loop. Your turn. Drag the repeat across. Go to looks, and then we're going to have say hello. Drag it across. Now we need to actually sing the song here, or say the song, the lines of the song here. So what we'll do is we will go on to operators and we'll look for the join. So your turn. Put the say hello for 2 seconds inside the repeat. Now go to operator. We want the one that says join. So join, replace that with hello, and we need to then have data. We replace the hello with data, the variable called green bottles, and we would write green bottles standing on the wall. Replace that with the word world. So data, green bottles. In here we would then have some space. I'll give it a bit of space, just space bar twice, then green bottles standing on a wall. Your turn to do that. We then want to wait 1 second. So control, wait, drag across. Your turn. Because I'm repeating the line 10 green bottles, I would right click the purple where it says say. Right click that and duplicate. I'm just going to duplicate that and drag it across. Your turn. Have a go at that. Right click, duplicate, and drag it under weight. Because we're saying that line of code twice, so nothing needs to really happen here. After this line, we then need to say if one green bottle should accidentally fall. So if I go to looks, say if one green bottle should accidentally fall. Your turn to finish that line of code. Now when the bottle falls, we want to literally change the number of bottles to 10, from 10 to 9. So we're going to go to data, change, green bottles, instead of a 1 here, we have a -1. So that means it's counting down. Your turn now. Now, when the bottle falls, we want the background to change to 9 bottles. So we need to go to the looks, switch, backdrop. So remember, we've now got 9 bottles. So looks, switch background to 0. Then go to data and replace 0 with green bottles. Your turn. Now we need to say that we've got 9 green bottles. So we're going to go on to looks, say. For our say, we've got to say a word first. There would be, so that's a string. So that's a word a sentence we've got to say first. So if I go on to operators, I'm going to have join twice. So look closely what I'm doing. Join is here. I would then click another join and use that to replace the word. So here, so now it means I'm going to join 3 things together. Your turn. Right, where it says join, the first hello, I'll replace that with there be. Where it says hello, I'll replace that with green bottles. So data, green bottles. So there'll be 9 green bottles. And then standing on the wall. So where it says world, double click, green. Now I like to have some space. So just 2 space, just so that the words are not squashed together. Alright, your turn to write the lines. Now after this, we want to go on to control. Wait 1 second. Now when our for loop is completed 10 times, we want it to be empty. So we don't want any bottles left because there will be 0 bottle left. So we'll go to looks, switch background to green bottle. So at this stage, there should be 0 bottle left. Right, your turn to finish the lines of code. Now we need to create our main event. So event, when green flag is pressed, more block, 10 green bottle. So now we need to test to see if this has worked. So I'm going to run the code now. So press the green bottle, the green flag. Green bottle standing on a wall. 10 green bottles standing on a wall. And as you can see, we've got 1 less. Now, once I'm looking at this, the 4th line, so this line hasn't got a lot of space. So I can fix that. So usually when you're writing your code, you need to make sure that it's working as intended. So after B, I could just put a bit of space. So here, I'm just going to put a bit of space. Let's try that one more time. And green bottle standing on a wall. Then green bottle standing on a wall. And 1 green bottle should accidentally fall. That would be nice. And that we've got a bit of space. We with our lines of code. So the numbers and the green boxes, there is a bit of space with it. Hopefully that has been helpful. So see if you can run your code now to make sure it works as intended. Okay, and thank you for watching. If the video has been helpful, please click like.